Good evening. It's another big step in the return to normality after COVID, as the legal requirement to wear face masks in most remaining areas has been removed. From now on, it will be down to each individual to make the decision rather than the law, depending how comfortable they feel. So which rules have been scrapped? Well, from today, we are no longer legally required to wear a mask in shops or on buses and trains. Self-isolation rules after getting COVID have also ended, but it will still be advised. Although some restrictions remain, it will still be a legal requirement to wear a mask in health and social care settings, and workplaces and premises open to the public must continue to do COVID risk assessments. So, how do people feel about the changes? Our reporter Charanpreet Kera has been to Swansea to find out.
Masks are no longer mandated, but after nearly 2 years wearing them, are shoppers in Swansea ready to leave them behind?
It makes such a difference. I mean, it's normality. It's almost like that weight is being lifted.
It's a habit more than anything now, isn't it, keeping it on? And I don't really want to catch COVID because I've got a family.
Old habits die hard for some, but others are ready to do without the rules.
I don't feel I need to now. I think the worst is over. I have been wearing a mask everywhere really and sticking to the rules, but no, not now, not really.
And for yourself, you don't have to wear it anymore, but you're continuing?
Yes, I feel it protects other people, perhaps more than myself, but I agree with carrying on wearing it.
Those differences of opinion have existed throughout the pandemic. But now that shoppers can make up their own minds, staff feel there's less pressure on them.
Now that masks aren't really needed, it's just overall a better positive outcome for us as the workers and the customers, of course. Once you leave your house, who am I to tell you what to do? Do you know what I mean?
Businesses like these do still have to do COVID risk assessments, but some worry that's not enough to keep everyone safe.
Mask or no mask, it's now up to individuals, but we can at least see what choices people are making. What we can't see is whether people are self-isolating if they do have COVID, and that's making some people nervous.
Especially those who are vulnerable, like Dalilia, who has lupus.
I understand that people feel ready for moving on to the next phase of living with COVID, but not everyone is on the same page. So I think we still have people who are at higher risk of from COVID, and no restrictions means more restrictions for them.
While the legal obligation to self-isolate if you have COVID's been scrapped, it is still part of the guidance, and people are still being urged to be responsible to protect the NHS.
To follow the guidance, to maintain social distancing where possible, but particularly in healthcare settings where the NHS staff are needed to provide care, and also people in healthcare settings are more often vulnerable and susceptible to infections. So we'd ask them to follow any guidance that they get from staff in any healthcare settings that they visit.
Today's changes mark a step towards normality. But for many, a world without COVID still feels far away.